線路から千億窓から満をする。いやこら背の掛け声でこらうなぎまでもと積み上げた。さても見事に積み上げた。こらお褒めくだんせ旦那様。こらお祝いくだんせ加賀様。
This kind of music, as much as we all love it, a lot of young folks in Japan haven't figured out how to relate to it yet, because none of this music was ever taught in the schools since the 1870s, when their national curriculum decided no one in Japan needed to know about Japanese music. They tried it in the early 1970s, but they forgot to teach the music teachers how to teach about folk song. Now, as of a few years ago, the new national curriculum finally requires every school child in Japan to learn something about their local repertoire of folk songs. That's what's happening in this school in the picture up here on the island of Sado near the Kodo Drummers headquarters. And these kids, 58 students in this particular school in that class, they had to choose between judo and their local folk song and dance. All but 3 of them chose the music. That can happen if you're in the right environment. Another button, please? Yeah. Your sing-along chance now comes to you. This is a boat rowing song. It's from the area up near Sendai, where the tsunami particularly devastated the region. This is a song that used to say, it says how beautiful it is around there. The islands of Matsushima, which are quite safe from the disaster, they were well offshore and there was no problem there. The second verse, Ishinomaki with its famous Mount Hiyori, the fine weather mountain. Beautiful view from up there. Actually, almost all of that view nearby was just washed away by the tsunami. So, you know, this is a charity event, as you know, for Tohoku, and there's good reason not to forget them. So this song, anyway, represents just 2 of hundreds of possible verses these boatmen would have sung on their way back from fishing. Your bit, if you want to help us, the hard part would be the chorus, which we'll get to eventually. What pitch are we at? I have no idea. It's around this pitch, roughly. You can try that. I'll do it once more and join in if you want. And if you don't like it this time, you get 4 other tries at it when we start. And if you think that's boring or too much for you, you have the better choice of the background rowing chant. The guys who aren't singing are rowing the boat like crazy, and despite being exhausted as they approach harbor and are so happy, they are singing or chanting. It's tiring. I don't know how they do it while rowing, but they're happy because they caught a lot of fish. So some of us will be doing Enya Dotto, some will be doing the chorus, and the rest will be singing verses. Whoever's singing, come on up. I don't remember who's doing what. Everyone's singing. Okay. We're doing this unaccompanied because it's an unaccompanied work song. When you're rowing a boat, it's a little hard to pluck that shamisen. So here we go. The pitch, da-da-da. Did we just hear that? So we'll start off, we'll get you going in the Enya Dotto. 4回やってからね。Here we go. Enya Dotto, Enya Dotto, Enya Dotto, Enya Dotto. Sayo. Sayo Thank you for that. How did some of the older folks learn folk songs? Just like in England, of course, it was all oral originally. You just listen, you imitate, you do your best, change it if you want. This was a shot I took in my neighborhood in Nara in Japan around 1978. Little neighbor lady with the shamisen there. Her family, she had married a wealthy guy who fell in love with her because she was a great singer in her little village. Took her back, and when he passed away, she was the head of a very wealthy family, and the rest of the family said she could not sing folk song or teach the neighbors because it was low class. And she said, oh, but now folk song is like flower arranging or tea ceremony or karate. Now we have licenses, and you can get a professional name and all that. And they said, oh, that's all right then. So folk song has changed too. It's now also an art tradition. And the people here are learning from written lyrics. Some of them are making little wiggles next to them to show the ornaments. They do like that. One of them has actual staff notation, but he's not using that. He's just looking at the lyrics. It just happens somebody published it. Next button, Pete? I can't remember what's next. Oh, yikes. I have to play the guitar. You want to introduce Ane Komo-san?
Surprise. I haven't got I'm not really prepared to say anything. Well, hello everybody. Hello. Konnichiwa. Well, 15 years ago, I got married to one of the Scotsmen, so that's why I moved to the UK, actually in Glasgow. This is my first time to visit the Sheffield. So this is the Sheffield University, and then we don't really have many Japanese-speaking people in the Glasgow, but because this is a kind of special event, this morning I got here about 11 o'clock, and then over the corridor to corridor, and then I'm hearing all the Japanese the conversations on. That's so great. Just to carry on, and then. But this is a charity event. The hope to carry on next year and the year after to raise up the money for the Tohoku tsunami and the earthquake. Well, thank you everybody coming to donate all the money today. Thank you very much.
Got off the bus about 20 minutes or less before our sound check, so give us a moment to get organized.
Sorry, we haven't checked any sounds.
Bus was late.
So I'm not from London, and how many people came from London today? Most of us. 20, included the SOAS Minyo and also the Okinawa Shansinkai. So all together, so many people came from London by bus, but they are late. As usual, UK time. Oh, no.
All right, we'll try it. Guitar may not be perfectly in tune, but this is folk music, folks.
So this is Ane Komo-san. Thank you. ane
faster bus, we would have been in tune. Here we go. Next one, you are requested to sing a rather unusual chorus. In fact, except when I do it in Japan, nobody else ever does it this way. This is a cowherd song, or strictly ox herd. It used to be up in Iwate, another place devastated by the tsunami. Various people, like these in the photo, would take maybe a string of 10 or 12 oxen carrying goods from the mountain, anything from lumber to various plants from up there, rice, down to the seacoast, where they would then sell and trade those, and then they'd load up on seaweed, fish, and other things from the sea and take it back to the mountains. It's kind of a boring old trip, that, and they would get very tired. There were boars, there were bears, there were various dangerous animals around. So they would sing songs, of course, to keep themselves happy. And this is just one of those. Now, usually when I sing this, I have a string of 12 oxen with me, but I forgot to bring them today. So I need you to help out a little with the cow chorus. Now, some of you will know what a Japanese cow says. Over in my native country of Bangladesh, it was actually moo. But here, I believe, you know that the Japanese cows say mo. So we need some of you to say mo at appropriate moments. So here comes the song Nabushio Yuta. And if anyone is really in the mood to form a herd of oxen and go across the front while mowing, that's also great. So the song goes something like this, with Bob on the shakuhachi. I need a little more random mooing this time around, if you don't mind. So you figure out when to moo. Keep it going, that's great. Licenses or professional names, you would all get one. All right, that was brilliant. One dance picture here from, I think, 1980. I took this in Nikko, north of Tokyo. They used to dance all night long for 3 nights during Bon. And they would have 2 towers full of musicians, and they'd take turns performing and singing for maybe 20 minutes each, and then the other tower would take over. Now there are what they call in Japanese, an important phrase, on sochi. There are sound prevention laws and measures which say you can't make a lot of noise after 11 o'clock, never mind tradition and ancestral festivals. So they maybe dance from 7 to 11 one night. And you can't do it on a weekday, it's got to be a weekend because people might have to work tomorrow. Anyway, okay, we've already done one bone dance song. That's just a photo. Now we're having another one. Oh yeah, right. This one, is there anything for them to do on this? I don't think so. This is a rap song anyway. Now there are a lot of songs in Japan, aside from the singing, there's a bit of spoken bit. This one is almost all spoken. And I will do one rap verse, I'll do it in Japanese, and then I'll give you the English version also. This is a dance song that could be done for bone dance, etc. But actually, we have a star dancer. I just remembered. We have to make space somehow. Yes. Yoshie spent many years in Akita studying with local masters. And this is such an incredible dance. And where's our... Everyone remembers which verse to do? 9, 4, and 5.
1, 1, 2.
And can you, you can also start it. So we're going to welcome back our wonderful dancer, and please enjoy the Japanese traditional rap tune, Akita Ono. Sadly closed last year, but when I first went there about 10 years ago, they had 3 generations of the same family performing. The grandparents, like shakuhachi and singing, their son playing the tsugaru shamisen, the mother also playing, In the upper picture, the mother of the family is over on the right. When I first went there, we had a nice evening, 4 hours of singing and drinking. All the customers could take turns singing. And then suddenly, this little 3-year-old girl who had been playing with dolls and eating ice cream and making a general mess of the place, went up to the microphone and started singing a very difficult folk song, age 3. And she loved it. And I asked her later, what her favorite song was in a different context to see if she'd named some pop song, and she named a folk song. That's what we call Oya Yuzuri. She's inherited that from her parents. That's her playing the shamisen in the bottom picture on the right. With her, the top picture is her younger sister, who was being held up to the mic. I think she was 13 months, I think I put it there. And what was she singing? She wasn't quite as good as her sister, who was 3 at the time, but when she was 13 months, she was singing along with her aunt, who was holding her, and she was singing, ah, 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 and it was just so lovely. And then the picture below shows her in her blue shirt in the middle, now 7 years old or something. Very good, committed singer. There's a gal, 17 months old, down there with a drumstick up, curly hairdo behind the sound system. And she is copying her mother over in the lower left, who's holding up her right hand, you see, to show her what to hit. The little girl has her right drumstick up. So this was like 11:30 on a school night. And these kids were just fanatic about this. There aren't enough of this going on there. Of course, I say that as a folk song fanatic. Next slide, please, Pete. Okay, now this is our final number, and this is another big sing-along for you. Kokiriko. Kokiriko, it means a couple little bamboo sticks. We don't have those, but I'll show you what happens. Up in Toyama Prefecture, they used to do these dances. There are drawings of these back from the 1700s. And people would dance around with 2 sticks, and if I don't drop them, they would go something like this. Spin them as they danced, and try not to drop them. It was very nice. Also, there's instruments called sasara. They call them that because they kind of go sasara if you do them slowly. There they are, and you'll see the verses refer to these instruments. And there's countless verses for this song, too. We won't bother you with all of them, but there is a chorus for you, and there's one place you can make a yell. At the end of each line, if I remember, I'll hold up a stick, and you're going to go, hoi! At least if you want to. We'll be doing it, too, so you'll figure it out. Hoi! Listen. The drummer seems to want the drum. Go to Colonel Sanders. So your chorus, though, aside from the hoi, and it's a little pun in Japanese. It's worth translating because this is our last number, and what the heck. We're okay. So, Mado no sansa mo dedereko den. Hare no sansa mo dedereko den is a kind of a sound. And it says, the sound of the rain, sansa, on the window is dedereko den. Kind of percussion. But even when it's clear weather, it says, Hare no sansa, it's dedereko den. What does that mean? Well, hare also means festive, and it's a hare occasion. It's a festive occasion, and then everyone's playing the drums, and the drums go dedereko den. So that's what you're going to sing, and it goes something like, what key are we in, roughly? Okay, ma-do no. It's a little high. If you're in the mood, sing a little. Ma-do no san-sa mo de-de-re-ko den. Hare no san-sa mo de-de-re-ko den. We'll do that again. It'll go. Ma-do no san-sa mo de-de-re-ko den. Hare no san-sa mo de-de-re-ko den. Okay, that's it. We'll do Kokiriko. And please join when you're in the mood, and don't forget, whoo! Okay, yeah. So we'll start with the right on the model. Yep. So here we go. E, yeah.